thing that I've noticed is just, at least I can speak from my own personal opinion, it's just I'm not looking to fit in anymore. The goal now is to stand out, change my generation, be the one who, after my grandfather, who was the governor or the ambassador of our country before all the tragedy happened, I want to kind of be that person who changed the whole generation, because at least having two boys now, and in this number one country, has changed the whole trajectory of what it is to come in the future. My mom, she was born in New York, in Manhattan, 56 years ago, and it was due to the fact that my grandfather, when he was doing his business travels, my grandma, she went into labor in New York, and that's when my mom was born. So that kind of changed the trajectory of how the future was going to happen. That gave my mom the ability to be able to request us here in America, and then essentially us becoming citizens as well. And after all those years, I have been the first, after my grandfather, to be able to have boys with the Ondombas last name in America. And to me, that is a pride that I have. It is a duty that I have, because these boys, they have a history that most people don't really have. We don't have any history of slavery, but only colonization. And that colonization history is the reason why I speak Spanish. Es la razón por la que hablo español. We were a Spanish colony in the First War, and since they colonized us, we learned Castellano, which is the original Spanish. It is the Spanish that you will find in the dictionary, and speaking that kind of language here in America, it's like, they have Latin America right on as a neighbor, and the people that come from Latin America are Latinos. And me, who I am a Spanish colony, that we were a Spanish colony, I am considered a Hispanic, which is in Spanish, Hispano. So, we clash a lot. When they hear me speak Spanish, it's like they know that my Spanish is superior than their slang Spanish, where you cannot find it anywhere in the dictionary other than how they speak it amongst themselves, and that's why I just can't fit in. It's so hard for me to do it, and my only goal right now is just to stand out, be authentic, and be myself, so that in the future, whenever it is anybody wants to either trace where I came from, they know that I came from Africa, the only country in the African continent that was colonized. And that's something that actually makes us very special. Coming across the brothers and sisters here, there's people from Dominican Republic who are black. There are people from Cuba who are black. There's Haitians, there's from Trinidad, there's from Jamaica, there's from all over the place. But nobody has that story, unlike my country. It's just things that separates us. And if I just decide to be in a certain kind of community, it will defeat the purpose of where I come from. And like my mother and my grandmother always say, never forget where you come from. And that's something that I hold to my heart dearly, and I just want to pass that on to my children and tell them why we speak all these languages. In my country, we speak Spanish, we speak English. Spanish is the first language. We speak English. Second, we speak French. Third, we speak a little bit of Portuguese because we have Angola as our neighbors. And then we also have our traditional language, which is called Fang. And, all of those languages is what makes our country very rich. We have our tribes. I'm from the Fang tribe. And, there's Combe, there's Bisio, there's Anobones. There's so many, it's just a beautiful dance in the continent that I come from. And I just can't sacrifice that to society's expectations or whatever it is that people think of me. They always trying to bring up the whole black thing. Oh, you can't do this because you're black, this and that. That's extremely ignorant, and that's not the agenda that I work under, or live by. That's not my morals and values. Love has no color. That's what my wife, you can say Caucasian, and she is, she was born in New York. I said New York, I'm sorry. She was born in North Carolina, but she has Italian and Bahamian background. So it's also something that intrigues me. I like things that are very rare. That's just how I am. That's who I am. And living here in America, all I know is that I have to stand out. As you can see, my hair has changed actually. Now it goes all the way back. Before it was two-tone, and then something just told me, you know what? I need to kind of be a little bit more different. Time to try things. And I just felt like I wanted to try this, so I went and did the braids because I've always wanted to grow my hair and have it free, kind of like a horse, because to me a horse represents freedom. It represents dominance, strength, speed. And that's just how I am, and I unfortunately cannot relate that with a lot of people here. So that's why I just want to be different. I don't want to stand out. I want to stand out, but at the same time, I want to be authentic with myself. I don't want to have to compromise or sell out, like people be saying here, which is so stupid. You can't sell out for your dream. Anyways, that's it for you guys. Thank you for listening to what I just had to say. If you made it all the way here, like and subscribe so I can continue sharing more with you guys in the near future. Take care.